Hello friends, my name is Koolio, welcome back to the channel, and guys, I have to show you my new personal favorite mobile game that I've been playing over the last couple of days. This game, first of all, it has like the dumbest name out of any mobile game I've ever played. Man or Vampire. That doesn't tell you like anything about this game, but this is a free-to-play hero collector strategy game. This game is absolutely gorgeous. I've been having so much fun playing this game. Now, I've been playing this on my iPhone, which I actually ended up getting the game from the Korean app store because it's only available there right now for those of us that are playing on the iPhone. But for those of you guys that are playing on Android, it is globally available, so it's super easy to download. Now, I'm playing this on BlueStacks because this game is so beautiful. It works so well with BlueStacks, and I'm going to be coming out with a video hopefully in the future talking a little bit more about the system that I'm playing on. But for right now, let's just talk about the game itself, because there's a lot of really unique mechanics that go into this game. Now, first of all, and I do have a couple of tips for you guys that decide to play this game, but I'm just going to show you kind of the roster that I currently have going on right now. I've got 3 4-stars and 1 3-star character that I'm running with currently. Now, when you jump into the game, I'm going to tell you right now, the English translations aren't really the best, but to be honest, the story is a little lackluster, but the rest of the game is a ton of fun. Now, when you start off in the story, it actually has you pick your main character. Now, this is my character right here. I went with the Armored Knight character. Now, just to give you guys an idea of one of the biggest differences of this game is, in order to level up your character, he actually doesn't get any experience points from playing the game, simply running around and attacking enemies and stuff. The other heroes do, he doesn't. And the reason why is because he's a vampire. Yes, he's a vampire. Now, in order to level up your vampire, go ahead, go back to the main screen. Up at the top left, I'm level 19 currently on my vampire. And what you can do is you'll actually sacrifice some of your heroes to turn them into vampires. This guy will give him a 201 total experience. Let's go ahead and level up. Yes. And then you'll see my character jump in, bite his neck, and absorb the experience from that character. Now, I did a couple of tests here and there to see whether or not it's worth it to level up some of these lower level characters, because the higher the level the character is, the more experience that you get. But to be honest, it's not that big of a boost to experience. The biggest boost that you're going to get for experience for your main character is by sacrificing higher tiered characters, such as 3-star characters. So that last person gave me like 200. This person's going to give me 800 total experience. Now, my tip for you guys jumping into this game for the first time is, yeah, keep your main character in the group with you. He is a 5-star character, so he is going to be a little bit stronger than most of the characters that you're going to get into the game right off the bat. But honestly, once you've gotten your first 3-star characters, maybe like 2 or 3 of them, you don't really need him in your group anymore. He's going to kind of slow you down. He does have some generally good stats, but to be honest, just think of it as your account. Just kind of put him aside and use some of your other characters. Now, I haven't seen how he kind of works in terms of his abilities. Now, the abilities that he ends up getting, you actually get them from other characters that you have. But to be honest, some of these other characters are so good that you really don't need to have him on your team. Once you've gotten like a 3-star character, you can kind of replace them for that. So I don't have him on my team. I kind of set him aside. And then what I'm doing for right now is I've been going through and collecting my characters. Now, once I've gotten a couple of level 1 characters, yeah, I'll go ahead, sacrifice them, turn them into vampires. Once they're vampires, they no longer gain experience from playing the game. So I usually just go and extract their soul. Now, the soul extraction, which is right here, gives you some of these shards, these rewards. Once you've gotten these, you can actually use them to increase. Let me show you. I'll show you right here. I can't do it just yet because I'm still working on it. I believe it's the soul enrichment. Yeah. So what you do with the soul enrichment is it essentially increases the max level for a character. Once they've gotten their soul enrichment, I can't even say that right now. Then you can go and you can soul awake them by increasing them to the next tier. Now, you get these items for these characters through some of the higher raid dungeons and stuff in this game. So it takes a while before you can start ranking up some of your characters. So don't worry about it too much, because you do get a lot simply by playing some of the daily events, simply playing the game, even running through some of the dungeons and stuff. You'll get these cube rewards, and some of the cube rewards will actually reward you with some of the 4-star heroes. So don't worry too much about trying to rank up the heroes, because it's a lot of resources to go behind it. Save that stuff for when you're in later game. Some of the other things I want to show you guys real quick is the gacha system in the game is really unique. So if I go over here, right now it's called the soul search system, and once you get a character like this guy, I went and I soul searched, found this dude. He's a level 1 character. He's worth 1,000 gold pieces in order to unlock him, which is pretty cheap, but you can actually negotiate the prices down on these characters. So if I go ahead and negotiate, what I'm going to want to do is pick the ones that say good and have the higher intelligence. And once I've selected the character, he'll negotiate with them and hopefully be able to decrease the price. Now I can do this one more time, and I've decreased it by about 20%. Gave me another chance to do it. Let's just keep going to see how low you can get some of these negotiations to go down. And a 40% reduction on him. So now I can get him for 484. Go ahead and recruit him. Now I've got Hercules. Now with that character, I'm gonna go ahead and just sacrifice him to my main character. I'm not gonna worry about trying to rank him up. So what I'm gonna do, let's go ahead and search. Now you get these search orbs, these soul search orbs, daily. I think you get one every half an hour. So there's plenty of them that you can use throughout the game. So I'm gonna go ahead and search. My character comes out, grabs the orb, pulls it out, and already I've got a 4-star character. That is insane. Now, these 4-star characters are really expensive, and some of you guys getting into the game for the first time might be like, oh man, that's super expensive. Maybe I don't want to search again. I'm gonna leave him there and just kind of grind my way through the dungeons until I have enough gold to get this character. Yeah, you can do that, but to be honest, my personal recommendation on how to do this system is to go ahead, negotiate with the characters, and at least try to get a 40% discount on them. Keep going. I'm just going to keep going to see if I can get at least a 40% discount on this character. So far, I've gotten a total of 30%-ish, like somewhere around there, and I failed. So with that, I did not get it down below a 40% discount, so I'm not even going to waste my time on trying to grind out my gold for this character, because you can use the gold for other things that are way more important. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep going and see if I can't summon at least a couple of 3-star characters. That's a 3-star character right here with Sid. Let's go ahead and negotiate with him. Sorry, but he's not interested. Let's keep going, see if we can't get him to come down. 20%, we got another negotiation on him. This is what I do, I kind of just grind these out, and I end up failing. I only got a 20% discount. I'm not even going to waste my time. Let's just go ahead and keep going. If I find a 5-star character, which I haven't found just yet, I'm actually getting really lucky getting some of these 4-star characters and 3-stars, then yeah, I'll leave them on there for a good amount of time. 10% discount, it's not worth it, you guys. Trust me. You want to get the better discounts in this game. So we got a couple of lower level characters right here. Now with these ones, I am going to go ahead and negotiate. They're usually a lot easier to get the negotiations on them. 40% on him. And then let's go ahead and try this guy as well. And a 40% reduction. Now we can keep going with him too. This guy's definitely going to be worth it. We got a total, oh my gosh, 81%? Yes, I'm definitely going to buy this guy. I have just enough gold to get that guy too, and enough to grab this guy too. So I'm going to kind of show you my daily routine when I come into this game and try to get some of these characters. So we got a 3-star. Oh my gosh! A 5-star character? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go ahead and negotiate. This is my best chance. If I don't get it, a 20%. Okay, now because this is a 5-star character, you're not going to find these guys that often. I'm going to keep her on here for a while. I only have 1,000 gold. She costs 3,000 gems in total. The 3,000 gems cost roughly about 25 bucks. I'm going to keep her on there because it's really hard to find 5-star characters, but to be honest, if I don't get enough gold by the time that I've got the full 5 soul gems back, I'm probably not going to worry about it. But I'm going to keep her on here because she's a really good character. Now you can actually look at the character stats right here. This is the general information stats at a level 1 character, and you can check out some of the abilities as well. Now most characters, have a class ability, depending on what class they are. She is a gladiator, and then they'll have usually 2 passives and 1 active. Looks like she's got 3 passive abilities for this character, so she looks like she's going to be an absolute blast. We'll have to check her out a little bit later. Now I want to show you guys the actual gameplay, but I have one last tip for you guys before we jump in. Up here on the left, you got the events that are going on for the game. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to screw up if you don't follow the events exactly, because there's going to be some of the events that will pop up that'll say, recruit 3 characters. Well, if you've already done it, it doesn't count towards it if you just unlock it. What I mean by that is if you're on one that says like, clear a stage 1 time, and then the next one after that, the next event quest after that says to summon 3 or to soul search 3 characters. If you've done the soul search 3 characters before you completed the previous quest, once you get to that quest to soul search them, it doesn't count towards it. So I'm going to tell you that right now, is to follow along these quests because they're really worth it, and you're going to end up wasting a lot of time, like I did when I first jumped in and played this game. You do get daily rewards and achievements. One thing I do like about this game, and I was kind of worried if it was going to be like a pay-to-win game. I don't really think it is, because when you jump in, you've got these achievements that you're going to be completing, and it does give you quite a lot of gems in the game. And so, like, look at this. There's tons. I've gotten a ton of gems simply just by playing the game, which I really enjoy. One last thing I want to jump into to gain gold really quickly is you have these request boards that you can complete. This one gave me 28,000 plus a couple of after that. These are really important. So save some characters, some 2-star characters at the beginning until you've gotten a couple of 3-star characters to complete these quests. So if I go ahead, you can do 2 at a time, and they do give you quite a lot of rewards. Now this one give me a bonus 5,000 gold if I use a Holy Night quest, but unfortunately I've already done both of them for the day. But it's essentially what you do, you jump in, you click on the quest, you select which hero that you want to complete that quest, and within an hour they complete it and you get the rewards for it. It's definitely worth your time, and you'll want to try to invest as much gold as you possibly can into the system because you get more valuable rewards. And I have found that this system does give you quite a bit of gold, and gold doesn't come very often, so it's really important that you don't waste your gold on certain things. Now the other tip before we jump in, there's a lot in this game. I haven't done everything. There is a lot. The last 2 things I want to talk about is the arena system. You can only take vampire characters into that, so there isn't a whole lot of people playing the arena right now because I think a lot of us are trying to level up our characters to the max level, get them as strong as possible, then turn them into vampires for the arena system. The Dark Realm system, I haven't had a chance to try it out yet because I believe this is more of an end game type situation. I think I can open up one of the chests, kind of just show you guys what it is. This is stuff that I've gotten just simply playing the game, these black keys. That potion that you saw is used to actually level up your characters. To rank up your characters. Now, last thing I'm going to talk about with this system is the Coffin of Revival. Now, if your human character dies, they are dead for a really long time. I think I killed one character, or one character died, I think it was like 8 hours or something before he revived. It is really important not to let your characters die. Trust me, because it's going to be a while before you get them back. Now, you can use holy water to reduce the cooldown times, but trust me, you want to pay attention to your characters because it's super, it just sucks if one of your characters dies. So the last thing before we jump in, I want to show you guys some of the skills in this game. If you decide to kind of rank up and level up some of your lower level characters, just give them a little bit of an experience boost for when you sacrifice them to your main character. Don't waste your gold on their skill points. Just don't do it, okay? Because gold is really expensive. And for example, if I want to boost up my secret weapon for my Gaia character, she's my 3-star tank, this will increase attack damage by 6.4% per each nearby ally. Bonus damage scales with strength. So I've been kind of increasing her strength a lot lately. Now, if I want to increase this to level 4, I need a total of 5 skill points. I've got 12 right now, and it requires 5,000 gold. However, if I hit the skill upgrade, you can see I have a 55% chance to succeed. Let's go ahead and do it, see if I succeed, and I do. Now, the thing I'm going to let you guys know is if you end up failing, it doesn't use your skill points, but it does use the gold. So you can end up wasting a lot of gold on this system if you're trying to rank up or try to increase the power of your lower level characters. Just don't do it, okay? Save your gold for unlocking 5-star characters, 4-star characters, and for increasing the skills of your main team, okay? Don't waste, okay, your gold on lower level characters. It's not worth it. The other thing too is every time you level up, you get attribute points that you can distribute between the 3 of them. Strength is in regards to HP and attack. Agility goes towards whether or not you hit and your criticals. Intelligence goes towards your mana points and your magic resistance. Also, I believe agility affects your evade, and strength increases your defense, but not a whole lot. I believe it takes kind of a lot of points to increase it to affect attack and defense, things like that. Mainly, it's going to be your items that you equip to your character. I really don't have a lot of good ones right now, but I will give you guys kind of another tip that you'll see some of your characters say when you're playing the game, is if you increase your intelligence, for some reason, if your intelligence is higher, the higher in the turn order that your character is. I'm not sure why that is. It's kind of interesting. And then also the weapons themselves have rarities as well. I've got an S rank that I can't equip to any of my characters just yet. Now, I cannot wait to show you guys the gameplay. There's a lot of other little bits and tips here and there, but I don't want to share any more with you. I just want to show you the actual gameplay. I'm in the Forgotten Deserts. It's kind of a hard place to run through, so I'm going to actually drop down just to the Soul Graveyard and then jump in. Now, another little piece of information, sorry, is when you jump into a game, okay, look how beautiful this game is. There are 6 tiers that you have to run through. This is the first map. There's 5 more maps after that. Once you jump into, you are dedicated to finishing this dungeon, okay? The only way that you can get out is by either retreating, which takes all of your gold away, completely removes it all, or using this feather, which you can buy 2 a day for gold, to retreat and activate a portal that takes you back to town, and they can use the portal to go back into the dungeon. However, it's that or your entire team dies. So you have to be prepared if you're going to go into some of the higher level dungeons. So we're just going to go ahead and run through this. It is a click to move system, but once you've jumped into combat, combat is incredibly fast-paced and fluid. Now, if you look at these tiles on the ground, if I move into the one that has this green cross, I'll actually heal my character. If I move into a gray-white one, nothing happens. Okay, so if I move into it, he'll heal up. He doesn't need health. He's at full health. This character, however, does have a special ability. She is my cleric. She's the one that I've been using to heal up the rest of my characters. Now, if I move into any of these purple squares, that is a skill ability, and it'll actually heal my other teammates. So if I move into here, boom, we all get health back. This character, he's at full health, but I'm going to activate his ability. Now, off to the left side, you'll see abilities that your characters can activate. It does cost mana to use it. I'm going to use Battery of Fury. Jumps forward, does a ton of damage, and then backflips back to his main spot. But the best part is you can still move and attack afterwards. So we'll go ahead and move back here. Now with this character, you can see I've got a red square now with 2 swords crossed. That means if I move into it, I will do a basic attack. But I've got my skill ability off on the right side, or I can heal up my character, or I can retreat. I'm actually going to go ahead and jump into my skill ability, stabbing him, stunning him, and then trying to move my mage forward. Now my mage's ability is really powerful, so I'm not going to use it right now. And then my fallen angel ability off to the left is a really powerful heal for all of your characters. Now the enemy was stunned. I can finish him off right now. I'm just going to go ahead and do a simple attack, and I'm good. Go ahead and grab the shiny blue altar, which gives me back mana. Now you can see as soon as I move, I'm going to get attacked by a couple of other enemies around. Let's just go ahead and do it anyway. And now I'm glad this showed up. There's kind of a weird little bit of a glitch going on with my characters, but you see now I've got a yellow tile. That's a chain skill tile. If I move into that tile, I'll do a combo attack. So boom, 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 boom. Almost finish him. I can keep doing it back and forth for any characters that are nearby that can do combo abilities with each other. So let's go ahead, move him over here, heal up. Let's go ahead and attack this character. Attack from this spot. Critical strike. Okay, now this guy is got hit pretty hard. I'm gonna go ahead and just use my magical strike just to show you what that ability looks like, because it's absolutely amazing. It does an insane amount of damage. You do have potions that you can use for your characters if you go to the inventory, consumables. So if I were to use this, I can heal this guy up if I want to, because he lost a little bit of health. Now, when it comes to some of the higher tier dungeon bosses and stuff like that, it gets the battles get absolutely insane. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to actually show you one. I think there's a boss on this level. I don't remember seeing one, so I'm going to try to move around and try to get through this as quick as possible. Use his skill ability. Heal up, move back, and then attack this guy. It's going to attack back, and then I'm going to use my last skill ability to finish him off. Okay. The other thing, too, there is auto combat in this game. Off here to the bottom left, you have these things called bat scrolls. If I activate it, you can set the system how you want it. You can autoplay HP settings. If any of my characters drop below 50% HP, it'll stop the autoplay, which is really important because if your character dies, it's going to take you a long time to resurrect them. As well as you can decide to always use auto skills or to never use auto skills. I always set it to always use because I've got a lot of really powerful healing abilities, summon abilities, and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and hit autoplay, and then my characters will just run around and automatically do it. I do have a mount I can activate as well. Go ahead, activate him, and then my character will actually jump on this dinosaur, which I got a little bit later in the game, to autoplay. Now, while he's going around playing the game for me, I am going to let you guys know there is a torch system in the game. Your character is holding a torch, and you have a percentage of how long that torch is used for. Now, if the torch ends up going out, you can see it on the right side right here on the screen. If the torch goes out, the monsters get a little bit stronger. You can, as you're running through, you'll come across campfires that you can use to restore how much of your torch you have, and you also have vials of oil that you can use to refuel your torches. Now, the lucky thing about it is it doesn't get used when you're running around. It only gets used up when you end up in a combat situation. So if you find yourself low on that torch and you're in a really hard dungeon, you might want to try to avoid combat to try to keep that torch lit instead of wasting your money on some of the oil and stuff to refill the torches. Another thing I want to talk about is your main character, like I said, is kind of your account for your game. Now, there's going to be certain content that's locked behind your character's level, so you want to try to level them up as fast as possible to unlock some of the content. In fact, there's a boss battle right there. We'll end it off with the boss battle after we finish these guys off, because I don't want them using their ultimate abilities just yet, because I want to save those for the boss battle, which he was behind us. And the bosses look absolutely amazing in this game. They look so good. Okay, that guy's finished off. Let's grab the chest. Get some holy water. Now there's the boss. We're going to fight this guy. The Skeleton King, a level 41 Skeleton King. So let's go ahead and pop off my magical strike. Try to get as much damage off on him as possible. Now this is a little bit of a lower tier than where I'm currently at right now. I just wanted to show you guys because of how powerful some of the enemies can get later in the game. I didn't want to end up dying from it. So let's go ahead and use this ability. He's at about halfway health. Let's move up. Try to stun him. Okay, so he's stunned. He's almost dead. I'm gonna use a chain skill, and he does a critical strike. Now, some of the bosses do an insane amount of damage to your characters. I had one time where my character was at like just a little bit of health yet left. I turned off auto combat so I could jump in and try to restore my character's health. I moved her around like crazy on these healing squares just to try to keep him alive. It was pretty crazy. And then this guy, Gaia, my tank, has an ability where she can summon another knight to attack. He's right there. Combo attack. He's almost dead. And finish him off with one more chain strike. And there we go. Finish the boss. Gives me an item. And then I can run through the rest of the dungeon. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really like this game. This is one of my favorite games right now. I've been playing it like crazy. And it's just so beautiful on a computer screen. It works so well, but it also works really well too on a mobile device. Before we finish it, let's just go ahead and bump up some of my character's abilities. Now, this guy, let me give you some of the ideas of the depth of being able to level up your characters in this game. If we go to my skill list right here, I've got my Battery of Fury. That's my skill that I activated. Deals 352 magical damage to the nearest enemy. Damage scales with strength. So right now I'm focusing on boosting up his strength to increase the amount of damage that this thing does. Let's go ahead and use this ability, skill upgrade. Upgrade successful. And there's one other thing, and I'm still a little iffy on how this works. There's these two other ways you can power up your characters. The element system is essentially a giant skill tree. And as you go through the dungeon, you'll find these elemental shard things. I don't even know what to call them, but you can use these to continue to boost up your characters. I'm assuming a lot of this is going to be dealing with trying to min-max your characters for the PvP arena. And the last thing is the Affinity. Now with this one, you can find gifts that you can give to your characters that give them a really powerful boost towards your Affinity. Or the more you collect those characters through the Soul Search system, you'll also get more Affinity from that as well. You can see the higher up the Affinity, the more boost that it gets. For example, this guy gains a 600% bonus evasion rate, and once you got him up to maximum bonus 1250 max HP. There is a lot to this game. Chain strikes, ultimate abilities, team composition. There is a lot of stuff going on with this game. I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, and I hope you guys get a chance to play it as well. Guys, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more mobile gaming videos coming in the future. See you, my friends.